All right, so here's a look at him without all the equipment. Again, just taking a look at the upper portion. That vest, really nice texture in there. And again, the smoky colors, I really like that paint finish they have on there. Nice little details like these little buckle notches. You got the zipper and stuff there. I really love what they did with the shading. The pants have some nice stitching detail going through. That's really cool. Then all throughout they have these little hints of those little buckles and stuff, which is nice. And those arms, the anatomy is really good on it. They look really good in that relaxed pose, which is good. Look at the gloves. Really clean, sharp paint, which you couldn't always expect from threezero and 3A, whatever they're doing. And always a very slight weathering on things, not overdone. It's the hood up. I didn't pose it. Kind of just fresh out the box, but yeah, it's got the wire, so that's cool. That'll help. Let's see if we can get it on that face. Looks really good. He looks really intense. Cobra logo is nice and clean. And again, awesome weathering, and just like the little variations and stuff they put in there, like this thing here. Again, we got those little touches. Really, really nice. And I like these relaxed hands. I don't know. He's gonna be a tough one to figure out how to dress. I don't know what I'm gonna put in his hands. I know his trademark is the bow and arrow, but I'm in love with the sword, so. Anyway, this is before we get him all dressed up and start playing with him. So we'll come back and do all that. Belt is nice. As I said, threezero always does like some nice subtle weathering, but there's a lack of that. I mean, there's a little bit on the pouches and even on the weapons, but it's a little underwhelming. I expected a bit more from them in that, but it still looks good. Just wish they had a little more weathering. All right. All right, looking at the box. It's the back of it. Side. Front. figzero, threezero, 3A, pick a fucking name. That 3C, nice little logo, so you know you got an original. Oh, the flap. And figures out the box already, but just so you know. Slim design. All right, here's his weapons assortment. On the instructions there, they tell you to only put 4 arrows in the quiver there. They give you 6. So I guess you could have 4 packed and 1 in his hand. Or you can just, you know, keep those other 2 in the box. Some slight detail on the back there. A couple of notches cut into that. There you go, you see them there. But overall, just a black design. The swords, really nice detail on the handles. I'll show you one of those. They are plastic, but they're a nice firm material, so they're not warping and bending or anything. Little cutouts in the handle there. Would have been nice to have his logo there. But you see the nice cuts in the sword and the way it's angled and stuff. Really cool. Nice design on the grip. And then this plain. So that's that. You get his chucks. Nice notches cut out there. Chain is nice. It feels very fragile where the chain holds on to the chuck itself, but I'm gonna have those in his pants like they recommend. They have a spot for them, and I'll show you. We'll get into that. This is the bow, which is nice. Again, though, like, I don't know. I just wish they would have put a little bit more weathering into it. I don't know if it's a Hasbro thing or what. Just stylistically, I don't know. Maybe it's just a choice of doing it as a, you know, giving it a little bit more of a toy feel. But I want to see if I could demonstrate. When you pull back on the when you pull back on the bow, though, the whole joint flexes. It's nice. It functions really well. A nice string there. Another issue I have with this is, like, I don't know how to. I wish there was a way to attach it to his backpack when he's not using it, because, man, my go-to is just gonna be the fucking sword. So then the arrows will go in there, and your swords will go in here, and that'll go in the body. You can see that little slight weathering, but it's like, really, they should have stepped it up. I don't know. It's the inside of the strap. Got the buckle there, really cool. And it's molded in the shape. It's a thicker plastic, so should hold up. And it would have been nice to have some fucking ninja stars too. And here we have the head with the hood down. And take a look at how everything works there. The hood relaxes really nicely, falls down over the shoulders really nice. It keeps its place. The neck itself is an actual fabric. So that's really nice touch. We'll see when I remove the head how it looks. But yeah, you got real fabric around the neck piece. There you have a different type of fabric on the inside of the hood. And now we move up to the head. And you get to see some of that nice weathering. And that's what I really expect from 3A, threezero. It's a nice little dirt in all the little places, and that's where they really shine. So yeah, that looks really good. And again, those eyes. Let me see if I can change my lightings for a second. Really good. This guy, you could tell he's intense, man. He's got that nice little frown between his the bridge of his nose there. And just quickly, this is how you want to have him when you put the straps on the backpack. Take the head off, put the arm up, and you just slide the whole rig over his arm and over his head. And I have to readjust the hood over the shoulder piece, but that's that. All right, and this is the relaxed hands again. I'll show those. Now these are the two most unique hands. This would be the his right hand, And that'll be the bow pullback hand. So you can see where the bow is gonna fit in his hand. Or the arrow, I'm sorry. And you see the detail on the knuckle piece is really cool. And then for his left, this would be the bow holding hand. And it's angled right. I haven't tried to put it in yet. We'll see how that works. The fingers feel pliable enough, like though shouldn't be too much of a problem. But the hands do feel solid, like you don't see that squish. So it's a nice solid feel. Then we got the fists. And then we got the sword hands. And again, see the detail there. So that's nice. 2 sets there, all sets, but the bow and arrow ones are the most unique. And then we'll get into his kicks real quick. These are really stylized. They're nice though. Super flat. They got the nice detail. A lot of like nice little trim and detail. And on the bottoms, got a nice pattern. You got the threezero logo. So yeah. So this shit right here, this shit is not happening, dude. It is really not. I've been trying for a good minute to get even a regular, just relax arrow shot. Let me show you this. See how the hand pops? And as I've been playing with him, his ankles are shit. I'm gonna have to do something with those ankles. But there's a certain point where if his hand would stay there, that might work. As soon as I move my thumb, that arm's gonna pop out. See that? It doesn't click in any more than that. So as good as this is, it's just zero practicality. And then the arms just don't work with this type of pose. So you might be able to pull off something like this where it looks like he just shot one off. But yeah, I don't know. That's like, come on, you could do better than that. Or maybe you can't. So that would be if, I don't know, I'm not gonna have a bow pose, but if I did, it would be something like that. Like maybe he just shot it off. All right, so let's show you some articulation stuff here. These arms, you'll hear that ratchet. Super nice ratchet on the shoulders. The elbows, it's a softer ratchet. You don't hear it, but they do like click and hold. And then there's a certain point where it just bounces back, which, man, so I just did it on its own. So that's a weird flex. This is nice. You can kind of spin the arms a bit at the shoulder. Can't really push them forward, but yeah, you get a nice little spin there. Wrist is wrist. We all know what wrists do. I don't do nothing different in this situation. Same with this arm. Noisy, but it's not going anywhere. That's good. And then you get the same issue with this where you can go a certain distance and then it just kind of pops back. So that rubber kind of fights it. It's you can feel a thick arm here. Like this is firm, but then down by the elbow, it starts to feel a little bit hollow. So they have a thinner elbow connector under there. The waist is another thing where there's like zero waist. You're not gonna move anything. And then the legs, see these pants fold here and it looks like there's a big gap in there, but there's not. The knees, as you just saw, are weak. They need ratcheted. That would have been really nice to get that kind of consistency. The ankles suck ass. I'm gonna have to do something with the ankles. So when you pull his pants, the cuff part here down, that'll lock the ankle in place. Like, then your ankle's good. But while you're moving him around, if this rides up even slightly, it gives you that looseness. So let's see. Give me 1 second. Let's try to set this up real quick. So let's see if I can get it low enough. I'm feeling this tripod, dude. Okay. So if I'm I did a pose, yada, yada, yada. Stand them up. This one's down. That's good. You gotta kind of just push down on these, and that'll kind of lock your feet in. But if they're up, it's just automatically flop down. So I'm gonna go into the ankle, and I don't know what I'll do yet. Maybe to put a little bit of nail polish in the socket, and that'll give it some tack and some stick. So there's ways to fix it, but it just kind of sucks. And then pulling down on the pants as well will give you the better grip on it. But yeah, that's kind of what you're facing with this, at least on mine. But whatever. There's the chucks in the pouch. There's the backpack. I'm gonna try to find a way to attach the bow to it somehow, some way, because it's not gonna work for me. So I don't want him holding it. I want him holding the swords. And I'm pushing down on those leg things there. All right, here we go. My 2 favorite cobras. That's the old Sideshow Baroness. I think they match up really good. He's a good good proportions to her. So it's my little display here. Hopefully I don't hear a thump in the night and he stands up over here. Otherwise I will get him a stand. I know you've all heard the complaints, they don't come with stands. Okay, so if I need to, I'll put a stand on him, but this looks good. I mean, she's leaning on this. She won't stand on her own either, so that's that. I think that's a nice picture there. All right, y'all. This is a long review for me. I don't fucking do reviews no more.